Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Thursday. Welcome to Walking Through Glass, the podcast with your host, Dr. Dina C. Brown. Good morning. I am excited to be here with you this morning, bringing you a little daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D. Why? Because everybody needs a little bit more sunshine in their life, especially me, because I don't know what's going on with this California weather, but we had blazing sun yesterday and we have overcast days today. And it's those days that we definitely need that extra dose of sunshine or that little vitamin D to help us process it with a new mindset. So, I am your host, Dr. Dina C. Brown, and I'm excited to talk to you because I'll tell you what, it has really been a transformative week so far for me. I started off the week really talking about not just like your mindset, but really finding a space and opportunity to do self-care. As women, we truly, honestly need to do self-care. Not speak about it, not talk about it, not look at it, not cheer on our sister girl who seems to appear to have it made. I mean that we need to take action and do self-care. And I decided to be the first. Again, when I'm sharing with you in these daily doses of Dr. Vitamin D, I'll tell you that the first and foremost person that I am speaking to is myself. It truly is. And that life is not always great. Life isn't always beautiful. And although I choose to process situations and happenings a little bit differently because I believe that happiness truly, honestly, is a choice, doesn't mean that I don't have days and moments when I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. And what I have learned is that when I have those types of days, then they're usually grounded and rooted in the fact that I have not been loving on myself. We look to other people to love us, to appreciate us, to treat us nicely, to tell us what we need to hear, to thrive, to build us up. But do we do the type of self-talk to ourselves so that we begin to speak life into who we are, so that we begin to have those conscious conversations with ourselves? And when you say to yourself, girl, you better get it together, or you know what? It's okay to be tired. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to not like or prove something just because somebody else says you should. And then you beat yourself up, you wear yourself down, because it doesn't look like you want it to look. People aren't believing or appreciating or trusting you or even validating the choices that you made, which is for their benefit. And now what? You're feeling alone. You're feeling used. You're feeling taken advantage of. And all of those things wrap up into one big ball of angst and tension and annoyance and frustration. But the same power that we had to invite people to add a tidbit, a note, or a message into our life is the same power we have to shut it down and tell people, I'm sorry, you don't have this opportunity anymore. One lesson that I learned this week, well, it wasn't like I learned it. Let me say I relearned it by just kind of renewing my thought processes and spending some quiet time with me, is that when I'm out of balance, then I'm grumpier, I'm more irritated, I make bad choices as far as health and food, nutrition. I also overthink situations and complicate things that are really simple, and that mentally I'm chaotic because I don't have enough rest, that I don't have enough downtime. You see, I don't know about you, but sometimes I think, I gotta go do this. I gotta go do this. I got to go do this like right now, because if I don't do it now, I'm going to lose the opportunity. If I don't do it now, then so-and-so is going to do it without me if I don't do it now. You get the picture, right? You fill in the blank. But what has happened with these right now, I got to rush into it moments, has created a chaos and an internal unsettling in my subconscious that manifests itself consciously in frustration, irritation, snapping, poor decision making, and then physically in fatigue, illness. I have been feeling not the best. And I'm thinking I'm kind of hot sometimes. My head hurts. I've had a little bit of vertigo, all these different things. And when I sat down and said, I can't put my finger on if I eat something, I'm sick. If I don't eat something, then I'm sick. And it's just been this roller coaster ride until I sat down and had a stern talking to myself. And I said to myself, self, you can say to yourself, self, what is going on with you? And so I started talking to myself. I said, I'm just kind of going here all day. I'm running here Monday through Friday. I'm doing this, and the weekend's caught up. And, I really just need some time just to be quiet with my mind, and not have my mind running 100 million miles a minute, and that I meditate for a few minutes, and I start with that meditation, and I have that sense of peace. Then the course of the day, I'm going. And so I'm thinking I'm meditating, so I'm very clear about who I am and what I need to do, and confident that I'm operating in that space. I have really implemented a greater sense of consistency. As you can see, I have been doing a daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D now. It's been a couple of weeks. And I find that now in the morning, even when I get ready to say, well, I'll do it later, my routine is no, do it now. So as I'm driving into work this morning, guess what? You're getting your daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D. I do want to start doing it before I get in the car, because there's notes and there's little other deeper pieces that I want to engage in, and I can't do that while I'm driving. But I said, you know what? I am not going to let perfection get in the way of progress. And so I'm going to continue to do it and give them what I got, and pray and ask God and say, God, please make sure that whatever that I'm sharing with them today is what they need to hear in their spirit. And so I start with that. And again, today it was all about self-care, and I looked at my journey all of this week, and I looked at each message that continues to build on really giving ourselves a break, really beginning to care about ourselves. So I've been saying, sit yourself down somewhere and just be. So the very, 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 very first and foremost part of developing and doing self-care is taking action and setting a very specific area in which you want to take action. So for me, it was just being. And I will tell you, yesterday, I went down to the beach to one of my favorite places, Inspiration Point, and I used to go there regularly. And I would just sit for 10 or 15 minutes. I didn't have to spend the whole day at the beach. I didn't have to take umbrellas and pails and build sandcastles. I just needed to go there to center. I love to be near the water, and the mountains is very renewing for me. And I know when things begin to feel out of control. Yeah, I said it. Things get sometimes like I feel like I'm out of control. I do help people develop systems and processes. I do help, especially women entrepreneurs, begin to optimize what they have, to begin to monetize, to build, greater wealth. I do that. But it doesn't mean that I don't get off kilter. It doesn't mean that I don't need to begin to fill my own cup. And so I've been taking stock and notice of and scheduling it and saying, I am going to take these minutes to do self-care. So I went to Inspiration Point because I said to myself for days, okay, Dina, go down to the beach. And it's just been in my spirit. Go to the beach. And I'm like, I started running some errands, so I didn't go. Oh, it's kind of getting late. I didn't go. Oh, it's getting, and so yesterday, as I was driving, I was leaving, and I said, I'm going right now. And so sometimes in that self-care space, an understanding is to do self-care, sometimes it's a right now action. I'm going to do it right now. And so I went and I set out, I walked along the beach, took some great pictures, and I almost turned around. Why? Because as I got near the beach, there was clouds. And I thought, wait a minute, it's sunny like 40 seconds down the road, and now It's overcast. It's going to be cold. I don't have a jacket. And so I start doing over what I didn't have until I slapped myself upside the mental head and said, it's not about what you don't have, it's what you do have. You have the opportunity right now to do self-care, to go to a place that is very renewing and fulfilling for you and pour back into your cup. So go do it. So me and myself drove ourselves right on down to my favorite place. And I sat there for a while, then I walked, and I just kind of experienced the moment. And even though I wasn't as settled and meditative as I wanted to be, because I didn't have my blanket and they were like those little sand fleas, whatever those things are, was all over the place. So I was not going to pop a squat on there and sit down. But I felt I did it. I did something for me today that was going to pour back into me so that I can give to whoever is assigned to me. And that I know that it is part of my calling. It is my purpose to be a blessing. It truly is. It is part of my calling to inspire, empower, and transform lives. But my gift is also here to serve me. So sometimes I have to inspire myself. I empower myself to take charge of me and do something for me and to do self-care. And I am transforming my life every single day by making choices that reflect my desire to live my very best life today. I am committed to loving myself on purpose with purpose. More committed now than ever before. And in this season that I'm in, I need more clarity. I need more confidence. And I need compounded consistency to achieve. Did you hear me say? Achieve exactly what I am called to do. And God's already laid it out. I see it. Now, here's the interesting part. I don't know all of the steps. And what has just been also pouring into my spirit is that just learn to be present in the moment and be obedient and continue to show up. And when you continue to show up, then everything else will manifest itself. And quit trying to do it for yourself, because I already got you. Right now, you're in a weakened state. And I had to realize that. I had to own that I was in a weakened state that was caused by me. Why was it caused by me? Because I didn't take the time to do self-care. So, my challenge to you today on this Transformative Thursday is to find an opportunity today to do self-care. I mean, like, actually do it. Whether you take yourself to sleep earlier, whether you just go sit in the park and look at the birds, feed the birds, whether you sit and go polish your own toenails, whatever it is, that even gives you 5 or 10 minutes of peace. So you can begin to build that serene existence that's going to help you manifest your success. I want you to do it, and to do it today, because tomorrow truly isn't promised. And if you don't take the time to love on you today, then how are you going to build a roadmap for others to see how to love you today, tomorrow, and in the future? Because you're setting the example. And that was the big lesson, as I started to talk about earlier. But I get so excited that sometimes I jump around. Is that one of the big, big lessons was that no one on this earth is going to love me like me. Nobody. And so that being said, what example am I setting for others to follow? And here's the takeaway that I want everybody to have. When they see me, choosing me, loving on me, I want them to see and know that I have value. I recognize it. And my expectation for anyone that is connected to me is for them to treat me and honor the limits and the love I have set for myself. Because me loving me doesn't take away from me loving you. It allows me to love you more and to love you authentically. So today, your challenge again, as we wrap up this daily dose of Dr. Vitamin D, is to do self-care. And the very first part of self-care is choosing to love yourself today. All right? So if this has been a blessing to you, I'm going to ask again. I pour into a lot of people and I support a lot of people reach out to me, and I'm asking you to share this podcast, to number one, listen, follow, share. Be able to, when you say, oh, okay, I shared it, but did you listen? Did you listen? Because I also need your feedback. I'm not asking for your validation, but I really would love to have your feedback. Are these messages inspiring, empowering you, and helping you transform your mindset? Is it being this little bit of something, that little pill that you needed today to get through whatever you're dealing with? And if it's not, then reach out to me. Let me know and say, oh, you know what, Dina, that was good. And like I said, I have one person I'll go, oh, you know what, Dina, I was listening to such I couldn't really hear you. Oh, I couldn't really catch the message. Or they'll share with me. And I'm like, okay, good. So that I can up level, because I am not perfect and I don't claim to be. I am beautifully flawed, but I have an understanding and awareness about what I am called to do. And I need your help, and I'm asking for your support. So, Walking Through Glass, the podcast, is available on iTunes. It's available on Spotify. It's available on Stitcher, Google Music Play, on Podbean. So listen and share. Listen and share. And I'm ramping back up interviews for Conscious Conversation. So if you're interested in having a conscious conversation with me, which are a little bit longer, which I drop on Sundays, please reach out, inbox me. I'd love to have you if you have something to say that's going to empower people, because it's really about a conscious conversation. It is not about an interview and for you to tell just about yourself, unless you're going to share how whatever you've done is going to empower somebody else to be a better version of themselves. So, again, signing off on this Thursday. I got a lot going on this Thursday. I'm really, really excited. I'm speaking at the Growth U Summit to talk to enterprise level businesses about how to attract customers by being authentic. Hello. So up my alley. So have a great day. I know that I am, because I am going to choose to do something in the realm of self-care today as well. So when it happens, I'm going to seize the moment and love on me. And I think that you should too. Have a great day. And you know what? Keep being awesome. No, not just keep being awesome. Be unapologetically awesome. Happy Thursday. Bye-bye.